Good evening and a very warm welcome back to the Grassroots Weekender show. I'm Mal Lee, your host for this evening. Just in case you forgot me over the last 2 weeks, because the last 2 weeks I've been sunning in sunny Cyprus. Absolutely amazing. Was 1 or 2 days where we had some rain. One time it was about 5 minutes it lasted and just sat out in it. It was lovely. It was a cool down, to be honest, because it was 30 degrees right the way through. Sometimes 31, but what more could you ask for? And I felt like I got a nice tan, a good relaxation this year. It was an extra special holiday, to be honest, in more ways than one. It was lovely to meet the people, because people on holiday, honestly, it's you can sit down, you can relax, you can talk, you can be open, you can find out what other people do, and there's a lot of people, honestly, with interesting jobs, and there's no more than we met our friends Pat and Colin on the first week, and also there was a couple of sisters there called Barbara and Lil. They were great, nice to meet up with them as well. The wife kept them busy as well and talking away, and we were marching from our hotel, which is the Silver Sands, and we marched up to visit them where they're normally staying, and yeah, it was great. That was the first week, and on the second week, just before the second week actually, we met more people. But do you know when you're drawn to someone on holiday? Let me just apologise for the young commentators. They're not back because I had a late night arriving back home, and I've had a lot to do today, meeting people, catching up with work, as you normally do, and the waters make me hiccup a little bit. So yeah, when you meet, you're drawn, and your life is mapped out. You're drawn to people. There's always special people in your life that you come across and meet and take to. Well, we met two sisters, honestly, another two sisters, Jean and Chris, and they were absolutely fantastic, talking away. And Jean was in her 80s, honestly, you would never ever believe, you'd say more like late 50s, honestly, wits about herself, absolutely brilliant, talking away. In my 80s, I hope I'm into my 80s looking like the way Jean looked, honestly, absolutely fabulous. And has been going to Cyprus for 21 years to the same place. And it was an honour to hear her at the end of the holiday to say she's been going for 21 years and it's the best holiday that she's ever had, and we had the nicest couple that she's ever met. And that goes for her sister Chris as well. And we just got on like a house on fire, honestly. Jean from Barnsley and her sister Chris from Essex, and we were swapping the stories as you do, and honestly it was tremendous. Now, Jean had a bit of a bad time losing her husband and also losing one of the younger sons as well. It was a bad time. It was a very, very emotional time. She found it hard to tell us the stories about this, and obviously she just said that we got it out of it, we got a laughing and joking. That's all about laughing and joking, it really was. And we had to tell these stories. We really had to tell these stories to let you know, just when you pour your heart out, you feel better, and it's good to talk. And we always say that, and you see that. I think Ant and Deck were always saying it's good to talk. People can exchange words in a nice, friendly way and get a bit of well, a lot of respect, to be honest. That's what it is, you know. People will sit and listen. We did, we had fun. We've been on a boat trip with them. Honestly, we had a real fantastic time on that one as well. And it was just, we were gelling, we were getting in and meeting other people, and meeting a youngster who owns 32 hotels in Cyprus through Jean and her sister. They had very, very big contacts out there, and obviously I take the opportunity to talk away from them. There was champagne offered and what have you, but I had to decline because I don't drink. I drink water, I drink soft drinks, you know, and I'll drink non-alcoholic beer, and honestly, if you've not tasted that and you are a drinker, try it. Honestly, if you want to be part of the family, as you say, and mix in and look like you're drinking, then go and do it there, you know. And I was finding places to watch the Liverpool games as well. It was great. People are so friendly in Cyprus. It's a holiday and a half, but when you meet people like Chris and Jean, then honestly it does give you that extra special lift within life, and it's just great to see. And it's just like people when you come across and you know, and you pick up on, like what I said, on activities with the lads, we bonded, you get to know people more and more, you gel, and you just feel part of your life, that you've known them for years and years and years and years. Anyway, whilst we were there as well, Jean explained that she was had a friend back in the UK who had a 6-year-old son, and the 6-year-old son also knows Jean, as he asked her to be her extra special nan, and she is a extra special nan to him, and his name's Seb. Well, unfortunately, young Seb had a fall in school, banged his head, and no one thought anything else about it on the steps in the school. He went back home and started vomiting, and the mum then obviously knew there was something up. He did tell her that he banged his head in school. So they ended up going to the hospital, where they found that he has cancer on the brain. And obviously it's devastating news, and it's devastating news to us. And again, Jean was getting very, very emotional. She was like a nervous wreck with all these stories, and you have to feel sorry for people, but they're very, very strong. And that's why I'm saying, if you can help and support just with talk and give a cuddle now and again, a little hug, it does make a difference. And obviously we were trying to let her enjoy her holiday because of the trauma that she's been through. And her sister Chris is just like her rock, honestly, help her getting through all these things as well. What sisters they are, they're a big family, and you could see the bond between them and how well they get on together. And obviously we were very, very keen and interested on listening to the story about Seb, and he was having his biopsy a couple of days ago, and obviously awaiting results, and we were watching while he had the bandages and the wires in his head, and he was asking the questions as a 6-year-old would. And it's very, very hard to get a grip of, we're out on holiday and you don't know when people's lives are going to change, you really don't. So we want to try and keep in touch, and obviously we will keep in touch, and it's like we know little Seb through Jean, and any friend of Jean, and Chris is a friend of ours, believe me, and that's the way it goes. And the people that she introduced us to and the stories we told were absolutely second to none. It was great bonding. So we're a little bit worried about young Seb, 6-year-old, and he's in Sheffield Hospital now, awaiting all the results, and Jean's going to keep us informed. But it just shows you, you know, why we all should be together as one. So we'll keep you informed on how that goes, and fingers and toes and everything crossed for young Seb. We'll let you know how things do pan out in that situation as well. But yes, I enjoyed my holiday very, very much. Thought it was absolutely brilliant, just what was needed. And the young commentator will definitely be back next week, given the day off again, 3 weeks off. And that's if the schools haven't broke up by next week, I'm not sure. See if they're on half term. But anyway, that was part of my holiday, keeping you updated. Now I'm back, and it was nice to have Colin and Paul in the studio a little bit earlier on as well. Colin was picking up the golf trophy, excuse me, that I'd done. I had to order for him while I was away on holiday in Cyprus. 24/7 me, you know me. but no problem whatsoever to help a friend out like Col as well. He came up to pick that trophy up today, so that's another job done. And thanks to the County FA as well for their order on ID badges. I've got to get round to that one and get them done for you as well. Thank you very, very much. And obviously this is the thing, when you go away on holiday, you have to play catch up when you come back. And that's why I give the lads the other night off, the young commentators, for next week. But there's loads popping up. And also, being in touch with Lauren, my illustrator over the book, and thanks to Chris away in Cyprus, proofreading for me, because that is her job, and it was brilliant. And as I say, you never ever know who you meet away on holiday. Just a dream. So my book, proofreading, getting things going, will be released very, very soon indeed. It's really coming towards the end, and it's cooking well, and I just hope you like it, and I'll give you the title of it and what have you in the next week or so, because I'm working with Lauren Madder, who's been brilliant with me. And obviously, what more could you ask for? We get this on the roads very, very soon indeed. And I think because of all the talking I've been doing in Cyprus, my voice keeps going now and again, but yeah, it's nice to be back. And thank you for tuning into the shows. If you didn't know, the last show didn't upload for some reason, must have been a fault on that one. Yeah, fantastic time, and it's nice to be back and catching up with all the football, and hopefully going to Eddie McCardle tomorrow, the junior league there, to watch my ex-team, Genoa. They were called the XTL, but they're doing okay, and I'll see the kids. It'll be nice to catch up with the kids as well, and also Sophie, who's managing the team tomorrow. Fingers crossed, there's no rain coming, because at the moment I'm not used to rain, and I didn't wear socks whatsoever or long pants for 2 solid weeks, and knowing coming home to cold weather, because you get informed by the family what it's like on your journey, and at very early hours in the morning, flight back, we just knew it was going to be cold, so the long pants were on and the socks and the trainees, and it was horrible. You're so used to wearing the shorts, honestly. It was really, really poor. But we're back, and I'm catching up as well, and that's thanks to Adam from Liverpool County FA. I'll get onto those ID badges ASAP. But I did catch up with Liverpool over there as well, and I'll be catching up with Liverpool tomorrow as well. And I know Everton, they're the way to Crystal Palace, Liverpool, and Everton are home to Newcastle. So, are they on a high, Everton, or Newcastle going to be on a high and beat them? Remains to be seen. But we'll know the results tomorrow, won't we? Yes, we will. And I might do a recorded show, because the simple thing is, I'm out of football, I'm trying to make catch up, and I'm watching the kids play football, and I find out that Liverpool kick off at 12:30. They don't like those kick-offs at 12:30, do they? So we've got to get used to them. Crystal Palace will be made up, and no doubt they'll be up to reversing the scoreline that they had with Everton at Goodison Park last week. Good luck to Everton, and let's see how they all fare. And let's just hope Liverpool can continue their winning run, and the players are super fit and full of confidence at the moment. So let's fingers crossed that we can go on and beat Crystal Palace at their ground. Be another great result, because this has a potential slip up. Palace, I know what they like, they can actually turn up and play. Okay, we've got 6 minutes left of the show, and just a reminder, that's a reminder, I'm going to come to the screen again, I'm going to come over and I'm going to pass this to you, so you can just click on that one. You see there, please, that you go on the app there. Yes, please click, give us your vote. I had a 2-week break over it, and it's trying to make changes in grassroots football. I've also got to answer a letter that I received while I was on holiday from the Sports Minister, the MP, and I've got to go through the response I had to the letter that I sent to my local MP, Dan Carden, and he backed me up to send the letter to the government as well. So I've got to get that answered by the weekend, or maybe into next week, and I'll go over a few things. But I do know they're thanking me for all the work I do, which is natural, isn't it? You get thanked for all the work that you do. But I wanted to put that to the side and take time out and have a good hour and a half to go through it and see where we can hit back and go back towards the government on suggestions and find out where we can support grassroots football. But that is our petition. We'd love you to sign it, please. We're trying to bring the cost down in grassroots football. We're trying to save you, the parents, the grandparents, the brothers, the sisters, the mums, the dads, money, because we think there's far too much money going into grassroots football for the kids, and it's not coming back to the kids. Basically, it's just going out on bills, sportswear, you name it, it goes everywhere. Now when clubs go out and buy all this equipment and what have you through the kids subs and what you're paying into, when the kids leave, what do they get out of it? Nothing. Nothing. There should be shareholders, there should be something towards giving these kids something back. And that's what we're doing. We're planning. I'm not talking just having a go at clubs, we're having a go at local government bodies who are charging extreme prices for courses, for managers and coaches. And we do know that there's managers and coaches out there who do get paid for coaching children as well. But we know there's a majority of coaches and managers out there who do it all for nothing and just try and collect the bare minimum in just to keep the kids playing football. Clubs are charging, you've got to find your own sponsor, things like this, pay for your kits, pay for your tournaments, and it's a lot of money, it really is. And we just think grassroots football is really looking poor at the moment, even though it's rich. If you know where I'm coming from, it's not the Premier League, but a lot of people believe that it's a gold mine, and there's a lot of money in grassroots football. Now there's companies out there as well who are working in grassroots football, who are making an absolute fortune out of kids football. You know, referees get paid. You've got to look at things like this. You've got to look at it, because I believe now coaches, managers are the backbone of grassroots football. I really, really do. Because without them as well, we say without a referee there is no game, and we'll explain the reasons why on that one. But without coaches and managers, there definitely isn't any football. You wouldn't need any referees, you wouldn't need any leagues without these people. They are the backbone, they are the threshold of grassroots football, and that's my belief, that's my opinion. And anyone who says it's the referees, I'm sorry, no. Let's start at the grassroots, let's start at the beginning. Who has the responsibilities for everything in grassroots football? Yes, you've guessed it, it's the managers, in charge of admin, in charge of courses, in charge of the parents, in charge of the kids playing football, and the responsibility lies with them if anything goes wrong. And they're only volunteers. So we ask you to support them. We talk about the referees. Yeah, they all get paid. Some brilliant referees out there, they're doing a job as well. But is there a pot? Is there a money pot for managers and coaches? Not often you find that, is there? So I want to try and give more back to people who are involved, try and get football free if I can. It's probably an impossibility, and I want to try and take all these charities who are opening these grassroots football hubs and making an absolute fortune on them. Let's bring these costs down, and with your vote you can help us do that. Okay, there we go, I'm back, my first show. Losing my voice by the sound of things. I'll be out at junior football in Kirby and hopefully North Liverpool League tomorrow if I can get back in time, and then shoot home to watch the football match, Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. So thank you very, very much indeed for tuning into the Grassroots Show. We'll be back again tomorrow. Maybe a recorded show, because I don't want to miss the Liverpool game, and I've got loads on, and if I do come back I have to do the ID cards for the Liverpool County FA, don't I? So there you go, and that's what I'm doing. So welcome back to the Grassroots Show, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, thank you for listening in. We'll be back again tomorrow evening at around 6 p.m. So for myself, Mal Lane, all the team here, the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line, Respect Programme, Change.org, petition, Save Grassroots for keeping the cost down, please, get in touch with us. Respect programme, no ref, no game. We'll see you tomorrow, round about 6 p.m. Good night, God bless.